Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Sure, it's nice to be back in the saddle after taking a week off. I did get maybe about 5 additional hours of sleep for not doing the wake up call last week. And then I started up again yesterday on Memorial Day by affirming that we are free. And so yeah, we are here today to say some more good stuff about us. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, Silk. Good to see everybody here today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Indeed, we are once again here to say some good stuff about us and to fill our brains with positive words, positive thoughts, positive associations, so that whenever anything happens in our life that upsets us, that we can go to these positive thoughts first instead of going to negative places. And so, this is very, very powerful work that we do. And I want to say thank you guys so much for being here to do it with us, as well as the other folks who are watching but have not yet left a comment. If you leave a comment, I'll be happy to say hello to you. And for those of you who are watching me on Twitch, you have to actually subscribe to the channel in order to leave comments because I was just so tired of the spam. So drop a follow on the channel, and then you can leave comments on here. But anyways, I appreciate everybody for being here. We're going to do what we do every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I'm going to pull a card off the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do it, we are building into our own lives, and ultimately, we are expanding our own understanding of the world. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and say that today I am creative. I am creative. I design my life with beauty and intention. So I am creative. I design my life with beauty and intention. Are you creative? You are creative. You design your life with beauty and intention. Now, I encourage you guys to write that down in the comments, as indeed I am right now, as I affirm that I am creative and that I design my life with beauty and intention. All right. And so as we affirm this for ourselves, let's understand that creativity is not about making art. I have I have had so many conversations with people that think that they're not creative because they don't know how to draw. And drawing is a skill. It's not something that magically happens. It's a skill. It's something that happens when we practice it. The fact is that life itself is a creative act. That life itself is an act where we are putting we are putting paint on canvas. It is an act where we ourselves are choosing to create in every single moment. And to the degree that our thoughts are intentional, then to that degree we are being intentionally creative. However, our thoughts are not always intentional. Sometimes our thoughts are unintentional. Sometimes the things that we think or the things that we say don't have that intentionality behind them. And when it doesn't have that intentionality, well, maybe we are creating something we like, or maybe we're not. We don't really know until it comes out of our mouth or it comes out of our creation. The fact is that the word miscreant comes from a larger term, miscreation, and miscreation is using that creative ability to create things that we do not want. And so when we create things that we do desire, when we create things that we do believe that the world needs more of, then in that way our creativity is very much shining through us. We're living in accordance with our highest principles. We are living self-actualized lives. However, when we are waiting for the life to do something to us, or for life to force our hand, or when we are saying words and not thinking about what they mean, or when we're doing actions and not really thinking about what they mean, then in that at that point we are just sort of delegating our creative power to, you know, either to others or to circumstances or to a universe that doesn't necessarily, or that where we can't necessarily understand or be able to control the outcome. So and I know that whenever I create something, one of the first things that I always think about my own creation is it's never good enough. And I've heard this lament from every artist I've ever talked to of, wow, I made this beautiful thing, it's not good enough. Look at this flaw, look at that flaw, look at this other flaw. And the fact of the matter is that the that we are always the most harsh judges and critics of our own work. And so while other people think that the things that we do are beautiful and amazing, we don't think that. I've seen all kinds of artists who just didn't like their own work. And so as we are creating, we have to also give ourselves grace and understand that for so long as we are intentionally creating, we're moving in the right direction. And when we stop intentionally creating and we start just sort of letting life happen, and then sort of surfing the waves of whatever is happening in life, then it might take us in a direction we want to go. It might not take us in a direction that we want to go. I used to do some offshore swimming when I lived on Maui, and so I would swim out maybe a quarter mile out into the ocean, and I would catch a current that was going the direction I wanted to go, and then I would swim with that current. Of course, on the way to that current, there were other currents that were going in directions I did not want to go. In fact, there were currents that if I would have stayed in them, I would have just exhausted myself. I would have been on like a water treadmill until I would have gotten so tired and swept out to sea, because that's something that definitely does happen. In fact, that happens to tourists on a semi-regular basis. They go out swimming in the ocean, not realizing that there are powerful currents that are gonna shoot them out to sea, and then they end up out at sea, and that doesn't end well for them. And so the fact is that whenever I went swimming, I first of all I knew what the currents were going to be like, and second of all, when I found myself in it, that I was battling a current that was going at the opposite direction as I wanted to go, I would just swim to the side, one way or the other, and get out of that current. I'd swim closer to the shore or further away from the shore, depending on where I needed to be. And so the fact is that I could travel for 10, 15 miles swimming because I was swimming with a current. I'd hop on, that there were a couple of beaches that I knew that were kind of connected by currents. And so I would start at the southern part of Maui, and I would swim out maybe a quarter mile to a half a mile out to sea. And then the current would take me up to the top of take me up to the like to the Ma'alaya Harbor area, and then I would get back on the beach over there. I would enjoy some time in the beach, and then I'd hop back in the ocean, and I'd do the same thing except go in the other direction. And so I think that creativity is very much like that. We catch these flows of life. We catch life is flowing a certain direction. There are ways that we want to go. There are ways that we desire to point ourselves, and so we have to put ourselves into that flow. And so while it definitely takes some effort to get out into that flow, once we're in it, it takes very little effort to remain in it. And so that creative flow state is such a beautiful thing. I won't say that every single time that I went out swimming that I had a great experience. Sometimes I did not have a great experience, though I always made it back to shore. And I think that that's a very important thing to understand, is that as we design our lives, we really have to know what direction that we're going. We have to very intentionally pick that direction. And to the degree that we pick that direction, to that degree is our creativity going to become manifest. And so while we can't always exactly totally control the outcome, we certainly can control the direction that we're pointed. And so I am creative today, and you are creative as well. And today I'm creative at creating beautiful and amazing things, and you can too. And let's let's realize that when we add some beauty to our lives, when we add some intentionality to our lives, that that ultimately we are having a wonderful creative experience. Let's also realize that no matter what, our creativity is never going to meet our own standards. That we will always find, or we will always see something that is better, or something that could be done better than we did it before. Even people who make masterpieces don't don't always really give themselves credit for the masterpieces that they've created. So I'm creative today. You are as well. And so let's design our lives with beauty and intention. And when we infuse what we do with beauty and intention, it doesn't matter how good that we think it is. Fact of the matter is that the folks around us are going to think it's amazing. And in the end, that's one of the most powerful things that we can do in life. All right, my beautiful friends, it is wonderful to be back on the Wake Up Call. I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. You can think today about something that some creative project that you're working on, and ask yourself, is it something that I've been doing with intention, or am I doing it because I think I have to? And ask yourself, is this something that's bringing beauty into the world? Because if it is something that's bringing beauty into the world, and it is something that you're doing intentionally, then that creative work has tremendous value for you. So I'll talk to y'all tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come back with another one of these. It's been so enjoyable to take a week off. It's so enjoyable to be back in the saddle too. So thanks so much to everybody for showing up. It's wonderful to see you here once again. Good morning to Susan and Chris, to Shauna, Silk. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Good morning, Lauren. Good to see you as well. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Come up with another one of these. But until then, this is your up to the moment reminder that you are a creative person, that I love you, that I care about you, that I believe in you, that I know that no matter what life throws at you today, that you've got this, and that you're going to just surf those waves of change. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow at 9. Until then, hey, how's it going there, Jan? I see you as well. Hope that your shoulder's feeling better. Until we meet again, aloha from paradise.